anything to you about me?
Hello, is the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. And this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I will also be playing the new, like, open wheel races and whatnot. So yeah, first of all, before I go any further, I need to get into a party. And as was shown right before I decided to start joining a party, it showed an invite to one of the new open wheel races. Going to check my stream as well, make sure the audio is working as it should be, and as it does most of the times. Alright, good. Audio is indeed working. I also need to make my way back to Tez2's tweet. So yeah, first thing I'll do, which I believe is what I usually do first, is check the podium vehicle. From what I've heard, it's the Vagrant from this DLC, that's the podium vehicle. So yeah, if I knew they were going to do the Vagrant or some other random vehicle, of all things, I would have, like, spun for the PR4. But sadly I didn't do my spin, because, yeah, the way the game works is, it, like, counts, like, 24 hours from when you spin it, so, and you spin, like, any time of the day or whatever. Aw, come on. You don't crash, bro. Get over there. Oh well. I'll get there eventually, though, for sure. Would use Mark II as my main oppressor, but of course I don't like changes to vehicles. Even though I do admit the Mark II was pretty, like, in its own class, I would say. I can understand why they did it. I just don't like that they did it, is all. If that makes sense. Yeah, hell would have won for the PR4 again had I known they were going to do the Vagrant. I kind of thought they would do the other, like, Formula 1 car, but it turns out apparently they didn't, from what I heard. Still a vehicle from its current DLC, though, so it's still kind of worth going for. And also the first day it came out with the PR4, I didn't even get to spin for the PR4, because when I did my event week stream, since the podium vehicle changed later than usual, it was still the fucking Roosevelt Valor, so it went towards that for my first spin of the event week and not the PR4. Don't know why they waited longer than usual to release their podium vehicle last week, but whatever. Just saying, my podium vehicle spins did not go very well last event week. Come on. How did it hit that, man? Come on, that's like the only time I crashed twice. And of course, I can't get any boost there. Okay, that worked out better than I thought right there. Okay, now I've pretty much made it. Oh shit.
Shit, I don't believe it.
I want to check for a moment, make sure I appeared online. Pretty sure I did that like a little before making the party. But yeah, that's confirmation where it was until I wanted to check my online status. That the vehicle is in the background. I'll get my chips, get my daily chips, and then spin for vagrant, and I'll talk about it. And it's the lightest, and it's a vehicle that's mainly personal preference. I have 3.3 mil, so I could buy the cheapest of the two Formula 1 cars, but nah, I'd rather just use stock ones for now. Plus I want to see like how good they are and whatnot from like Periphery 1322 before I even invest into one. $2,500 RP. Like I'm ever want to need RP again, but whatever. Almost rank 700. That's something at least. And that just got me a tiny bit closer. Woo. I'm pretty sure it's on San Andreas, and it is. I believe it's one of the vehicles from the. I'm pretty sure it's one of the vehicles from day one of the game, from what I recall from the Dumb Casino Heist DLC. Not one of the drip feed vehicles. Pretty sure the first drip feed one was the Sultan. But yeah. Just like all the vehicles on San Andreas, it has a trade price. And the way you get the trade price is like every other vehicle from the DLC, where you use it as like a getaway vehicle or whatever for the Don Casino Heist. And honestly, I've heard some pretty good things about this vehicle, actually. I don't know if I've watched Ruffy 1322's like video on the like kind of successor of it, the Outlaw. I don't know if I've watched the performance of that one yet. But from what I recall, this one's pretty good actually. I believe it was like first or second place in off-road like lap time or something. And I'm not very sure on the top speed. Either way, refer to roughly 1322 for actual like numbers of performance. I'm going off of what I remember. Yeah, I definitely recall it as being good in some way. Pretty sure it was in lap time at least. Maybe also top speed. But still, I'm not entirely sure how it compares to the Outlaw that came a little after it. So yeah, it's kind of one worth spinning for, I would say. It seems it even comes with some kind of livery, from what I can tell. But yeah, because there's a new type of race they came out with called open wheel races, I'm assuming you can't use the Formula 1 cars on like regular races or possibly even stunt races. I'm not sure if you can even use them on those. I'm assuming they're going to be strictly for open wheel races. So I'm not going to be testing the vehicle in the same way I did like all the other vehicles, where I like take it around a couple laps on a particular track that's similar to what Bruffy races on. I think he has like an enhanced version of it or something that he's created that he tests the vehicles on with like added props and stuff, I think. Yeah, for the most part it's pretty much cutting corners. And I might as well go over the new vehicles to show off the prices. But yeah, the cheapest of the two Formula 1 cars or open wheel vehicles, since they're in the new class of open wheel, is the Ocelot R88 for $3,150,000. And the one they had for early access as the podium vehicle last week, of course they released it after I did my event week streams. It was still at a fucking Roosevelt and Fowler when I did it, because they changed the podium vehicle later than they usually do for whatever apparent reason. That one's the more expensive of them, being like $3,515,000 exactly. So that's how much money you saved if you got it from the podium vehicle. Definitely believe it was the biggest savings, or one of the biggest savings ever on the podium. That's definitely quite nice for those who actually got it. And if you got it legitimately, then especially good job on that. And yeah, they're both one-seater, of course. So in a sense, it kind of builds off of the, like, one-seater S80RR from the previous DLC. That's kind of nice, but of course they're in their own class. Probably most comparable to supercars, though. That's why I brought that up. But yeah, I don't really know much on them, since obviously it's the current event week, and I don't even know if Bruffy has their lap time or top speed released yet. And even then, I don't watch them like right on video or anything. So yeah, I'm not sure if money will correlate to like their performance or anything, so I definitely recommend checking out Bruffy 1322, because for all I know, the Ocelot one that's a few $100,000 cheaper could somehow be better in some capacity. So I'll show off the new jobs. Like, I'm just gonna show off where they are. Interestingly, I don't notice them like on this screen, which is really weird. So they're probably in a general race section, if anything, or the stunt race section, something like that. Okay, so you have to go into the regular race section in order to get the open wheel races. different, like, open wheel races. So yeah, when you first go into it, it's not going to be like a typical, like, new thing of jobs, where, for example, it's kind of an extension of the regular races. Yeah, I guess they're more like regular rather than stunt races. And then, yeah, mobile operations are 2 times money, and I'm not entirely sure what the best ones would be for the mobile operations. It's probably more to, like, longer mobile operation missions, not like the presser one or whatever, where you, like, load a living shit out of everything. So that would probably be, like, the ones with the Dune FAV and, like, the half-track and whatnot, for example. That would probably be the best paying ones for mobile operations. And then, yeah, vehicle cargo as well has 1.5 times money. And the way you would want to do vehicle cargo is there's like a specific amount of standard range, mid-range, and like high range or top range, whatever. Oh, come on. Wow. Seriously? Still having issues with that bullshit, even though I have it as close as I can fucking get it to my fucking Wi-Fi extender. Since family couldn't be bothered to fucking actually fix the problem, they just had a fucking extender. But yeah, I just thought the gameplay's still working, so it's good for now again. But yeah, there's only a specific amount of standard mid and top range that you can obtain. Up till like 32, I believe it is where it gives like duplicates. So 33 and above will give you more standard mid and top range. But as long as you have the warehouse 80% full, I'm pretty sure, then you've got every single like guaranteed like spot. 33 through 40, or the rest of the 20% of the vehicles, are basically duplicates, so they're not like specifically dedicated to a particular range, if any of this all makes sense. So basically what I'm saying is the strategy is to always have 32 vehicles in your vehicle warehouse. So that makes sure you have the max amount of guaranteed standard mid and high range. Actually, I would stay between 23 and 32. I believe if you initially fill up your warehouse with 32 vehicles, and then you sell all the high-end guaranteed vehicles between those 32 slots, I believe that leaves with 23. And as long as you stay between the 24 and the 32, you'll be guaranteed a high-range vehicle every single time you store. So I would stay between 23 and 24, because that would mean every single time you source for one high-range vehicle, and then every time you source a high-range vehicle, sell it, and then rinse and repeat. And then obviously the Cargo Bob. Cargo Bob's the best vehicle for vehicle cargo, no doubt. It's definitely a very beneficial vehicle to have for that kind of thing. And yeah, gameplay's still showing, so good. Because of that stupid bullshit internet connection quality currently not sufficient. Like for a few months, even with my extender bullshit that my family got, it worked just fine. Until like the last like week or so. I don't understand why. But yeah. Anyways, that's my recommendation for the event week. Mobile operations, to be honest, you can kind of skip out on those. I can definitely see open wheel races being kind of worth doing, and it would probably pay pretty similarly to mobile operations. So definitely the highest priority for the event week would be 1.5 times money on vehicle cargo. Yeah, I do personally think vehicle cargo is the number one thing to focus on for the event week. And then open wheel races, probably. And then mobile operations, since they're like the special vehicle work for the mobile operations, essentially. The mobile operations center. Those pay like 10 to 20,000, I think. But yeah. And then, for a couple of the login rewards, there's the Ocelot and the Progen T. Reason being, of course, is the two Formula 1 cars is the our Ocelot and Progen vehicles, so that's the two login rewards. And then the casino vehicles, the Vagrant, the Maxwell Vagrant. And you'll save anywhere between these two amounts, whether you have the trade price or not. I showed it on screen earlier, but yeah, it's between $2,214,000 and $1,660,500. No problem. So starting off with some of the discounts here. There is 35% off bunkers and then the upgrades and renovations. There shouldn't be any exclusions. And then same goes for hangars. And then it sounds like there's a single discount for the arcade. And it's the arcade drone station, so you would have to go into the actual arcade in order to see the discount. It's not on the website. So basically the nano drone is on discount. And that's a 30% off discount, not a 35% off discount for that one. But yeah, from what I know on the nano drone, it's essentially like an infinite range version and a faster version of the terabyte drone. And it might have like another like cool feature to it. So it's kind of like another RC vehicle where it can go all across the map, but it's for the air. So it would definitely be one that's kind of worth picking up. And then I'll list off a bunch of the like randomish discounts. And it's 40% off vehicle liveries, brakes, engine, turbo, transmission, and suspensions. So that's a bunch of different discounts in the Los Santos Customs. Once again, all 40% off. Checking my gameplay again, making sure it shows, since stream just does not want to work well for some fucking reason. I'll be checking out All for All when I do open wheel races. But yeah, I covered everything on the Maze Bank's foreclosure website. Unless there's any Twitch Prime sales, which I'm not entirely sure. They should have changed this time around from what I know. Whereas they were the same last week as the week before. And I think every single vehicle discount's actually on worse stock this time around. Unless there's any Twitch Prime discounts once again. So there is one vehicle from this DLC, at least. That is on discount. Also, not to get too ahead of myself, I'll go into the MOC. So obviously, probably to coincide with the 2 times the money in RP on the mobile operations, they have the MOC and its renovations on 35% off. Personally, for me, I would recommend the Hauler Custom. Phantom Custom, it might have some advantages over the Hauler Custom, I'm not entirely sure though. Like maybe it has more bullet resistant glass or something compared to the Hauler Custom, I'm not entirely sure though if there's much of a difference. Performance wise, maybe, well, most definitely on performance. Though maybe not even that much for performance either. And yeah, I believe you need a command center to have mobile operations, I'm not sure. So you will want at least a command center. And then yeah, weapon vehicle workshop is one of the couple of options in the game for customizing vehicles from DLCs like gun running and then Doomsday Heist and whatnot. And obviously, why would you get the regular straight up weapon workshop when there's a weapon and vehicle one? Well, I guess you would kind of need to if you wanted to, like, personal vehicle storage. It might have to be bay free per personal vehicle storage, which is why I usually can't see it, but there is also an option for having a single vehicle slot. So if having a weapon and vehicle thing for the MOC is no longer that important to you, because there's other options now, then you can go for a single personal vehicle slot. And then yeah, it's just interior color from there. And yeah, mobile operations center, honestly, I say the only reason it would be worth it to get one is for the mobile operations. And because they're double money this week, of course, they are extra, it's extra worth getting a mobile operations center. Aside from mobile operations and getting the trade prices for the gun running vehicles that have trade prices, it really is no longer that necessary to have a mobile operations center, since other vehicles and like renovations kind of do the stuff that it did originally. But it also takes a fuck ton of explosives, so it's great for explosive resistance. And then the weaponry on it's pretty good. But honestly, I would definitely prefer the Avenger over the MOC if you're going for weaponry. Because I think the Avenger has pretty much the same weapons, of course, can just go a lot more places with it being an aircraft. So yeah, very worthy purchase for this week. And it kind of depends on your situation, if you've already done like mobile operations or not. Invade and Persuade tank. This thing's on discount for kind of the second time, but also in a sense the first time. Of course you could have logged in on Christmas Day like I did to get the vehicle for free. So if you've already done that, of course, it's no longer, of course, able to be bought because you already have one. But yeah, honestly, I would only recommend this discount for people who are more like newer players who may have joined this year into the game. If there's any like players who joined like in the game this year, which there probably is, that even has a lot of money at this point. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into details here because I still have a review video to release for this vehicle, and since it's on discount, I have more of a reason to work on the review. In fact, a couple days ago I got some new footage to replace some old footage because I found a better way to test its explosive resistance and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully I'll finally get the review done for this week. So because of that, I'm not going to even talk about it here. But of course, other people have reviews as well. And yeah, there's 4 of the other discounts there. So yeah, if I didn't mention it, it was 25% off the Invade and Persuade tank. But basically, it's not worth it if you. Missed out on the thing even. I'm just not going to go in details on it because I have a review planned for it. But yeah, the Mammoth Thruster. As for the rest of the war stock discounts, they're 40% off. So every vehicle discount aside, every vehicle discount aside for the Invade and Persuade tank is 40% off, or half off of Twitch Prime. Which it actually seems like Twitch Prime discounts have not been activated yet, since my Thruster is 2.7 and it's 1.6, so it would still be 40% off. So I guess Twitch Prime hasn't happened yet. If I load into another lobby, it might, I don't know. But yeah, I have a whole dedicated review on the Mammoth Thruster, so I'm gonna save some more time, but that one's actually already available to watch. And RCV, that is honestly not a really worthy purchase. If anything, it would only make the repo work, means like Premium Deluxe repo work burn rate or whatever it's called, where you have to extinguish fires. If anything, it would only make that easier. Doesn't really do much of anything else, I would say. And even then, you can just call a fire truck with 911 in a contact mission. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty worthless. And And the best thing it might do is its like bullet resistance, but its explosive resistance is non-existent and blows up on one RPG, so it has no explosive resistance. And then yeah, over the fire truck does have like 2 fire hoses over one. So yeah, once again, it's mainly helpful for the one like contact mission I mentioned. Besides for that, not really. And then the Akula, it's a very perfect grinding vehicle, allowing you to go off the radar in almost any circumstances with the press of a button. But of course, in turn, you can't use your weaponry, but of course that makes sense. It's a fair trade back. You could honestly almost single-handedly use this vehicle for getting like air freight cargo. So it's very great for the air freight cargo business, I would say, to get in a Akula. As for the rest of the businesses, it's very situational, and you're most definitely not going to be able to use it in every situation. But especially if you do a lot of air freight, the Akula is a very worthy purchase. And then you can choose between homing launchers and barrage missiles. I would definitely recommend homing missiles. It's not like the Hunter where you get both of them. And I believe it already comes equipped with both. And then of course you can get bombs on them, but of course it's the same bombs unlike any other vehicle. And it's kind of up to personal preference for which one would be good on it. Probably be gas or like the carpet ones or whatever, or the multiple bombs. The cluster bombs or whatever. But yeah, absolutely is worth the discounted price. Even in a sense, it's worth the regular price even. And then the volatile. This thing, like the RCV, I definitely don't even recommend you get it. This vehicle is literally basically a flying Dorito, I believe Going Master calls it. Quite literally it is. And then, yeah. It's basically the Bombushka, but it doesn't have explosive cannons, it has regular cannons. So you would honestly be better off with a Bombushka than a Volatile. They're both really big, slow planes fighting no explosive resistance, I'm pretty sure. There is one good thing about this vehicle though, as far as I know. There wouldn't be any other good thing about it. Is it has double the bomb capacity from 50 to 100. So this thing has double the bombs that any other vehicle has. But even then, it really doesn't justify its purchase, I would say. Like, you might as well just refill your bombs on any other vehicle. And I think the last noteworthy thing to mention is the vehicle has been bugged out since its release, I'm pretty sure. So the thing is with this vehicle, if you're flying it and someone locks onto you with a like vehicle or any sort of like homing launcher or something, it's not going to notify you of it. Usually you get like beeping sounds, of course, when you get like a homing missile lock on from someone else. But for some reason it's bugged out on this vehicle, so that's even another reason not to get the vehicle. Is because it's really broken in a weird way since its release. Don't even think they fixed it in like 2 years since like Doomsday Heist. Alright, good, gameplay still showing. But yeah, on to FH1 Hunter. This course a more weaponized version of the Akula, essentially. Essentially more weaponized Akula, and then it also does not have the stealth features. And it predates it by a single DLC. But yeah, it's homing missiles, barrage missiles, and then bombs. And I'm pretty positive it comes with the homing missiles and the barrage missiles. So it's one of those aircrafts that you don't have to buy a lot of the weaponry, which is quite awesome. So it comes with a lot of the weaponry out of the gate, I'm pretty sure. Also, the Hunter and the Colt have really great explosive resistance. It's something I did not mention until now. And then, also with this one, there's an explosive cannon for the passenger. Which, as far as I know, is a pretty good one. But because I'm not the passenger in a lot of aircraft, I wouldn't really know on that one. And also about the explosive cannon, it's not as good as like the Valkyrie. I believe the Valkyrie has a lot better like rate of fire or whatever it's called for its explosive cannon, whereas the FH1 Hunter has a lot of like a slower rate of fire with its cannon. But yeah, I would still recommend this over the Valkyrie, since even if the Valkyrie has a better explosive cannon, it doesn't even have any explosive resistance for the Valkyrie. So between those two, I would definitely recommend the FH1 Hunter. Also, not to mention, the Valkyrie might not be on discount. Not sure until I go over all of them. And then, onto the Tula. Personally, I don't own this vehicle, so I'm not the most sure on this one. But yeah. It's a seaplane with VTOL capabilities, which is very unique. I'm pretty sure it's the only VTOL plane with, like, amphibious capabilities. That's something about it. Basically makes it the most, like, volatile. Makes it... basically makes it the most versatile vehicle or aircraft in the game. When you land it on water, it lets you use it like a helicopter, and it lets you use it as a plane. What else could you ask for? Basically has the best of all worlds. However, the weaponry is not really all that good, I would say. It doesn't have any explosive weaponry. Maybe bombs, actually. It might. I'm not too sure. But even then, there's a lot more, like, vehicles with bombs, like the Cullen Hunter, they're helicopters. So you would get just as much, if not a little more, accuracy with your bombs with those vehicles. And yeah, the machine guns in the front, I believe you control with the pilot, of course. So those guns are driver controlled. But I'm not entirely sure if they're really good guns either. They're probably not as bad as like night shark guns, which aren't even good on civilian vehicles. And yeah, they might kill quite easily when it comes to civilian vehicles. But doesn't mean it's a really good weapon. With all the explosive stuff in the game, it's not really all that good, of course. And of course there's a better gun in the back, which a passenger can utilize. And as well, it's 5 seats. And yeah, it's 5 seats as well, even with all the like different landing capabilities that it has. Check my stream again, make sure it's showing gameplay, and it is still, so good. But yeah, the APC of course is another amphibious vehicle, just like the Tula, which definitely makes it which actually makes it the most versatile, like, tank kind of vehicle in the game, since no other, like, tanks really go into water. The new Rune Zaba also goes into water, but it's not, like, weaponized in any capability or circumstance. So the APC is actually, I would say the APC is a bit more relevant now that the Zaba's in the game, since it's basically a better version of that, even though it came out a lot before it. The only thing I believe the APC, like, has a disadvantage of over the, like, Zaba is that it does not have bullet resistant glass. It's regular glass. Whereas the Rune Zaba actually has bullet resistant glass. And also from what I've heard, APC is faster in the water than Zaba. So really, the Zaba made this thing a bit more relevant, I would say. And then passenger controls the cannon. Unlike in Baldur's Gate 20, for example, where you could control it with the driver, it's controlled by passenger. And I believe there's two options for the cannon. The regular one that it comes with. The one that it comes with has regular ammo. I mean, not regular ammo. Pretty sure they both have explosive ammo in some capacity. What I meant to say is this one has infinite ammo, whereas the, like, SAM launcher has 60 rockets. And speaking of the SAM launcher, the missiles don't even lock on to vehicles. Honestly, might be quite better off sticking with the basic cannon or the SAM missile battery, because it doesn't lock on to anything. And then in the back passenger seats, if you notice, like, the little notch over there, there's a couple, like, machine guns on them. However, it definitely looks as if the angle on them would be quite limited. And I doubt that there are any sort of, like, good machine guns, and they're definitely not explosive from what I know. But yeah, might be good in some of the, like, storage scene missions or whatever, where you have to get, like, cargo into, like, the water or whatever. Besides for that, it's not really going to make you any money. And yeah, as a bonus, it can even hold an anti-aircraft trailer, which is quite nice. But you do need a friend in order to do that, since you can't have the anti-aircraft trailer and a personal vehicle slot out at once. Also, I didn't cover it actually, but there's apparently 40% off of the Avenger as well. So yeah, apparently the Avenger is also 40% off, but it sounds like it's only the vehicle and not the renovations. Since yeah, Renovate From would have a discount on it if it included renovations. But yeah, I already explained the Avenger in a sense. That's basically a flying version of an MOC, which makes the weaponry more practical because it can go a lot more places and whatnot. And it's also a VTOL aircraft, like the Tula just can't go in water, of course. And then, like the MOC, also takes a fuck ton of explosives, maybe even like a few to several more than MOC even. But yeah, there's no, like, unique thing about the Avenger that you unlock, such as, like, missions, like the MOC and the Terabyte, which just has the mobile operations, which are on double money this week. And then the Terabyte has the client jobs, which are a pretty great way of making money. The Avenger doesn't have any of that, so do know when you get the Avenger, you're not going to unlock any, like, money-making opportunities like you can with these two. That's the big disadvantage of this one over the other two. Besides for that, I think it's the best of the three, honestly. especially with the terabyte, it's a lot more outclassed now with the master control terminal being a thing. Except actually it's kind of not, because you can still like store through businesses like anywhere where the terabyte can spawn, whereas the master control terminal is limited to the arcade. Seems there might only be one more discount to talk about, and apologies for forgetting about the Avenger. I just didn't know since the renovations aren't on discount. So when I looked at it, I didn't know if they were on discount, but then I looked at Test2's tweet, and it is. And then, yeah. Last discount, by the way, the Insurgent pickup is not on discount because it's just a glitch discount at the moment. Basically, a lot of the free discounts are on. Basically, a lot of free vehicles are glitched up at the moment. But yeah, the last discount is the Cargo Bob, both the regular and Jet Sam variants. So yeah, they're on 40% off or 50% off discount, probably. Twitch Prime just apparently hasn't happened yet or something. But yeah. As I mentioned earlier, it's the best vehicle for vehicle cargo. Besides for being very beneficial for vehicle cargo, there's not much else of incentives, I would say, for getting a Cargo Bob. And then which one should you get over the regular and the Jet Sam? Honestly, I think it mainly comes off of personal preference. Of course, you'll spend a little. Of course, you'll have to spend a little over 100,000 more for the Jet Sam. But the Jet Sam might have a little longer of a winch. Whereas this Cargo Bob might not have as long of a winch to attach vehicles as the Jet Sam. So if anything, the only difference would be the length of the winch for picking up vehicles. But even then, it's not very big, let's say. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you both have the same explosive resistance and whatnot. Only difference would probably be the length of the winch, if those aren't even the same. It's quite possible those two have the same length of winch, so the reason there might be the two, of course, is just to have the extra option for a more unique looking Cargo Bob. So yeah, basically either of them will do really great. And then the Buzzer Attack Chopper as well, it's just a glitched up discount at the moment, and it's not actually on discount. Just making sure I covered the rest of the... Just making sure I covered all the discounts for vehicles. Yes, I did. So, basically for the rest of this, I'll be going over the Premium Race, Time Trial, and regular Time Trial, and RC Bandito Time Trial. And I'm pretty sure I have to go outside to show this off. So So yeah, premium race for the week is a figure bonus for the sports classic class. Not entirely sure what would be top tier these days for a sports classic class. Not entirely the most certain on that class. But yeah, for Ruffy 1322 has the perfect videos for figuring that kind of stuff out. And then also the premium race, I believe, changes a couple times during the event week, so I believe there's a couple more that will be happening. But obviously I'll only be talking about this one, as the other ones are not really known. Since they don't really talk about them on the news wires anymore, not to mention the news wires are not even up yet. And then the time trial is Mount Gordo. Not entirely sure what the difficulty would be on the Mount Gordo time trial, but it's definitely quite the fun one to try to do, with the RNG aspect of the train and whatnot. And also trying to find an ideal path to get up the mountain even. But yeah, of course we're in the days now where you can't use rocket boosted vehicles for time trials, which sucks, so it's definitely going to be harder than it used to be. And then RC Bandito time trial is Vespucci Canals, which I'm not entirely sure how difficult of one that one is. And surely it's not one of the 4 that I've made a time trial guide on. Still gotta get back to those time trial guides, they're just really boring to create, honestly. Since they would get really repetitive, since I still have 6 more to do. And also it's pretty hard to explain them too, in a sense. So yeah, I think I reached a point where I'm going to be doing open wheel races. So yeah, once again, once you get to the general job list, it's not going to have its own category. Instead, it's in the regular race section. And also, not to mention, it's not in the stunt race section like most things are. Instead, it's in the regular race section. Of course, I'll be starting from alphabetical order, since that's basically how they're listed. So yeah, just standard non-contact, or it's not GTA or anything unless they do like a creator for open wheel races. Also, not sure if there is a creator for it or not. And apparently you can choose between 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 laps, which is quite interesting. And it must have defaulted on 10, I'm certain, from what I remember. Obviously it's the only class. And yeah, basically from there it has all of the typical options. So I'll just be doing the like stock versions. I don't have any intention at the moment to buy them. And since it's the first one listed on the website, I'll go on R88 for this one at least. Not sure if I'll stick to just one after the first couple. So yeah, I saw R88. Dang, I wonder how much liveries are on this thing, if it's like a normal amount or not. Seems like 8. Which is a little less than usual, I think. Definitely think I like the Extantia tobacco or whatever the heck most. And then yeah, you get to choose between soft, hard, and medium wheels. Hard tires degrade slowly but have less grip, whereas soft tires degrade quicker but have better grip. And I guess since they didn't describe medium, it's the one that's between the two. Definitely a quite interesting aspect being able to choose the wheels. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you get to customize those, and on a custom version you wouldn't have this option, obviously. But yeah, for a custom version you would not probably have the option there. Now I guess I'll go to slow racing too, why not? Alright, gameplay still showing. Or you get a couple different like options for where to go. Dang, vehicle health and lowest tire grip. I wonder if this affects with like the hard, like soft and medium wheels. I wonder if those actually, I wonder if those are actually in effect for free mode, or if it's only a like thing in these races. Because if it's only a thing in the races, that kind of would suck, I would say. But then again, it would probably be a kind of annoying aspect to have in free mode. So at the same time, I would kind of be happy about it. Not being a fan in the free mode. Quite curious to find out about that if I do. Boost enabled. CL bar, but how the fuck do I do it? I see some like yellow bar, but I'm not seeing like how to do it or anything. Trying the horn button, X button, L1 button. I don't know, I mentioned something about boost enabled, and then there's like a yellow bar on the bottom right. I'm not sure how to use it though. Oh, that's cool. There's a pit stop aspect to this as well. Reminds me of like the hot ring races, I believe, in like Vice City, San Andreas, and like the stadium or whatever. Which actually was only one race in those games. Which I don't think that was an aspect they returned in GTA Online with the hot ring races. That's pretty cool that they have some like pit stop kind of thing. Yeah, they should definitely do a creator of this if they haven't already done so behind the scenes or whatever. Yeah, it seems that one kind of slows you down. I'll check again. Yeah, it kind of seems to slow you down if you go that way though. So you'll definitely want to stay on the main track. And actually, now that I think about it, I think Arena War might have done something with a pit stop kind of aspect to it before. I'm not sure if it's like available in the creators or anything. Yeah, so far I'm not using much grip on this. Then again, it is hard, so that might have something to do with it. For recipes, by the way, I might do 5 laps. I just did 10 the first time, I think, because it defaulted on it, I'm pretty sure. Just so I can get freedom quicker and whatnot. That is, if my stream even decides to fucking work that much longer. Since for some reason within the past week or two, it really doesn't want to that much anymore. And I feel it's only really a GTA problem I have it with, not anything I really experience on Red Dead. Where I have those fucking stream issues once again for no apparent fucking reason. Since my internet's like just fucking fine in every other circumstance. Like it has been for a few months or whatever. But yeah, definitely on 25 laps, it seems maybe even 20 laps that this tire grip thing would definitely be completely depleted at some point. At least the way that I'm driving it. I think I'll stick into pit stop for a little bit on the final lap, I think, see how it works. barely lost any vehicle health since I've been driving quite carefully, I would say. And yeah, the grip, it's kind of just natural and it's going to happen. Maybe these like turns and stuff that I'm doing, it's probably not really doing good for barrel shit. Yeah, I don't know, in this rate, even 15 laps, it could be pretty easy to lose a grip for hard type wheels or whatever. So I'll try to pit stop right now. Oh, you do get a new tire grip as well, okay, I figured. But if you do 5 and 10 laps, that's much of a problem, at least for hard wheels. Barely beat the 10-minute mark. Alright. Payment definitely seems to be exactly the same way that stunt races work. Because I think that might be the highest amount you make on double money. I'm not too sure on regular stunt races. I think it's kind of like contact missions where you get paid up to the 15-minute mark, if anything. Going to try going for the one in alphabetical order next. Race for impact, but there's 7 of them, so one seems to be missing, it seems. Since it wasn't race for impact, the one I just did. But yeah, I'm going to lower to 5 laps for the rest of them. Except actually, I guess I'll do 1 10 lap for the other one. Guess I'll do that. Makes sense. I don't know, maybe I'll just do them all for 10 minutes, I don't know. Since I'm not really one to sleep a lot or anything. Yeah, so one of those weren't even on there. Height of Society. Definitely really liked the airport. Airport works out a lot for a bunch of different things. Definitely. Seeing the radio thing, it reminds me that I still haven't even listened to the radio once with the DLC. Since obviously as a YouTuber, I can't really have that thing on most of the times, and it's kind of annoying to turn it on when I want to listen to it. Is that just me, or did this one have 10 deliveries, whereas the other one has 8? That one has 8. Okay, so the more expensive one actually has a couple more delivery options. That's something. Kind of want to go a different one each time. I'll go Team Lizard, why not? And I'll do medium this time. I want to start going my free room clothing as well. Right. I like how this one feels a lot more like open, and of course it's on a highway, or at least at the beginning it felt a lot more open. Yeah, there's a lot of open area there actually as well. Whereas I think the airport one was very enclosed, if not like completely enclosed, or at least I just didn't notice it as well on the airport one, with all the open space if there was any. Ooh, nice. Oh, it's a downhill area, and that's what I like about this one. Yeah, all that downhill was quite nice, for sure. This one even seems longer than the airport one, for sure. So yeah, if a lot of these ones end up being long, then actually the airport one might be one of the worst ones in my opinion. What boost enabled? How the fuck do I use it? Can't just only be for custom versions, no. Wouldn't make sense. definitely recall checking every single button, and I can't seem to figure out what that, like, yellow is. Like, yeah, usually that means, like, a rocket boost, and it said boost enabled, so, but usually activate it with, like, X or the horn button, and then, like, L1's a button they use a lot as well, for, like, square and circle, obviously, triangle, I doubt. I'm not sure what fucking button would do this so-called boost. Might try to ask on Twitter or some shit about the boost thing. I don't fucking know, cause like, I can't figure that shit out, cause I swear I mentioned something about a boost, but I pressed the horn button, I pressed the X button, I pressed the 1 button. R1 doesn't do it either, cause that's handbrake. Try X, square, circle, and triangle. Buttons even left. I don't know. Could have sworn I mentioned something about a boost on both times I've done this, and I'm pressing like every button and I can't figure out what it is. Unless for some reason they combined 2 buttons, which would be really weird, because I don't think there's a lot of buttons that are being used. Yeah, I wonder if it is only a custom version thing. Not sure. I'm not entirely sure. It would make no sense either. Yeah, honestly, I want to make sure which one of these are a better vehicle between this one and between this one and Ocelot R88 or whatever. Don't know which one's better for what, if at all. Of course, they probably don't have the exact same performance, no doubt on that, but don't know which one's like better in what cases or anything. Hell, I even pressed both sticks and I can't get the booster or whatever still. Yeah, I don't know, it could just be a custom version thing. I'm not gonna care to find that out either, because first of all, I won the podium vehicle from last week, and second of all, they didn't do the second, like, F1 vehicle for podium vehicle. Third, how the hell do I even know if shit's worth it? Like, yeah, of course. Like, for all I know, a lot of people will probably stop playing this shit when it's not double money, of course. Like, a lot of things in the game. Honestly, I think I'm starting to get vibes of like the race things in like Bully or whatever. Yeah, Rockstar Game Bully or whatever has some pretty like interesting races in the Carnival. It reminds me of those or whatever. Which actually that was like a go-kart, so I'm told they had go-kart races. There's definitely nothing entirely similar to that. At least I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, that was definitely go-kart for those bully races in the Carnival. Speaking of go-kart, they should actually do that kind of thing for future DLC. Assuming there will be future DLC, which I don't see why not. This would be a good one to end off on, I believe. Whatever the last DLC is, I definitely hope they end it off on a banger for sure. Finding the vehicle health scene as well is just a really interesting way to make the vehicle explode quicker than it would normally. I wonder. I don't think any other like race type thing does that kind of vehicle health thing. I'm not sure though. With there being so many in the game after all. Oh damn, now it's entered red. Wonder what happens if you run out. Oh, I forget. I don't know if I mentioned it or anything. If I don't even recall if I mentioned it or not. Actually, for soft, I guess I would do one more 10 lap and then go 5 laps. Not sure, probably should. Just because I'm curious what happens if he runs out, because I'm not entirely confident that it will on this one. Alright, final lap, so just start this final lap inside of the old shit. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. So maybe it might now, because of that crash. Oh, whoa. That one's called, oh shit. Oh, that's what happens, okay. Damn. Maybe I should experiment with the respawn mechanic, see if that somehow does it. I assume the pit stops if you don't want to respawn, I'm guessing. But if you respawn, it will basically have the same effects as a pit stop. Oh, what the fuck? Pop as well. Holy shit. Or at least the back ones do. I'll challenge myself to do it actually. Oh shit. But yeah, these ones are going to burst as well eventually. Really want to challenge myself, god damn it. But nah, it's gonna swing every moment possible. Okay, when are these front ones popping, if at all? Is everyone want to see that, then I guess I'll respawn. Oh, come on, man. Such an interesting dynamic. But yeah, now what I'm seeing in action, I doubt this shit happens in free mode. It's probably just a thing in races, of course. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have in free mode as well, but it would also be annoying. And yeah, like I mentioned, I doubt it. Just because they probably knew it would be such an annoying thing. After all, you don't like fly out windshields in online. At least for free mode you don't. Like you do in like single player, for example. It might be something like that in a sense. Come on man, I just want these front ones to pop. These front ones is not gonna pop or what? These front ones need to pop, man, god damn it. Should I try a donut or some shit? I don't know. Maybe trying a donut will pop them out. I don't know, because clearly they're flat or some shit. They're clearly flat. I'm not sure if I forgot to do how to do a donut in this game or not. Whatever. I don't care. Probably just not gonna pop if they haven't already. If I think so, I'll keep it going real fast for a while. I might. Oh shit. That's quite a bit. But nah, they ain't popping apparently. They're just gonna stay flat. So yeah, maybe 5 laps is the only way to be safe, and even then it probably isn't safe to do 5 laps for like, for soft tires, I mean. Yeah, for soft tires, even 5 laps might not do it any justice. I'll actually go into the pit stop, but I'm not gonna heal it up all the way. At least I don't think. Oh, come on. Oh yeah. That's right, I just didn't want it, like, all the way up. So I want to test respawning. Oh. I guess the tire grip still remains when you respawn. That's interesting. So I do a 10 lap with the soft tires. Okay, so yeah, that 16,000 is the maximum payout, it seems, for stunt races. In every kind of race, almost. So yeah, it's just a typical race payout, like I expected. Specifically stunt races, I'm pretty sure. So actually, yeah, you might be better off doing mobile operations than this. I don't get it, why does one repeat itself? Like, usually you just click replay. So I don't know why they can't just fit all of them on there. I don't know why I decided to not have one of them on the list. But yeah, we haven't checked my stream again since it decided to fuck itself like an hour ago or some shit. Alright, good. It's still showing. Yeah, I went the long way apparently. Alright, and do course. And if I don't want to go back again, I can do lap it up. Though, I might as well just do it, of course. Curious how many times that's going to happen, though, for soft wheels. So I'll do at least one more 10-lap one. And from there, I'm probably going to switch to 5-lap. Alright, definitely got to get the sprunk one in next. R88 a great clicker, but better grip, that's right. I'll do my black bulletproof, why not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure in free mode, of course, you choose the, like, vehicle type, like, the wheel type, I mean. So yeah, you would still do that kind of thing in free mode. But it probably just doesn't take effect in free mode, and it's probably just a racing thing. Yeah, probably just a racing thing. It's not a free mode thing, even though you get to play soft, medium, and hard wheels on the vehicles in the actual Los Santos Customs, from what I know. Exactly, it does say boost enabled, but I tried like every single button on its own, and it doesn't do it. I wonder if it's like a button combination kind of thing or something. Because I believe biker melee, for example, in free mode, I believe for biker melee you have to do 2 different buttons at once to do that. And I believe wheeling with like muscle cars, I believe you have to do 2 buttons for that as well, or something like that. It's probably even more complicated in biker melee. Not sure on the boost thing for this though. It feels like these just get longer and longer each time. I don't know if it's just my driving or if they just keep doing longer and longer courses as I go down the list or something. Wouldn't really make sense though. How would they align that with like the alphabetical order of their races? Oh wait, it's already lap 3. I just want to do that just cause why not? So never mind that. I think I just forgot I already did the first lap. Yeah, I'm even trying a bunch of combinations of two buttons. I'm not really getting a boost on here. Assuming that must be what the special ability bar is, which it probably is. really want to lose all my tire grip again for sure. Oh shoot, isn't this the one with the most grip or something? I forget. Or it might have been the other way around. I don't know, I only experienced it with mediums, so it might be the worst when it comes to grip then, after all. Okay, sorry, in red on the 8th lap. So yeah, it seems no matter what like type of wheel you use, it should be completely fine in 5 laps. But anything above that, at least for soft and medium, from my personal experience, it's going to lose all its grip eventually. I don't know if that's just my experience or if that's actually how it's going to be. That's what I personally think. And I wouldn't really know which one's the best, to be honest. I wonder if Ruffy 142 would talk about it though. It's quite the interesting race type for sure though. I'm glad they decided to do these. And hopefully they'll get good feedback on these races. Maybe they'll do some go-kart races eventually at some point. That would be cool. Like Bully. Call it like Bully and San Andreas has it. Oh no, it seems it's starting to happen. Oh, okay. So it seems when it gets into red at some point, it will just cause your vehicle to go all crazy. So just because it's partially like full still doesn't mean it hasn't like pretty much lost any sort of grip whatsoever. If that makes any sense. Seems to happen a little bit before. Still, you should be completely fine, I think, on 5-lap races, no matter like what type it seems to use. Seriously, none of these tires are popping this time. Last time the back half of the tires popped. This time they're not even popped yet. I don't know how long it took last time, I forget. Oh, there it goes. So now I'm gonna try respawning with it like this. Since it didn't repair tire grip before, it's probably gonna remain like that. Oh wait, what? Okay. So the strategy seems to be when you're getting low on tire grip, just let it run all the way out. Till it shows that's all the way out. Not sure if you have to wait until like the back tires pop or not though. But yeah, it's a lot more beneficial to respawn when the tire grip meter is all the way down compared to when it's almost all the way down. Whereas if you respawn there, it seems it just keeps your tire grip. From my personal experience, that seems to be the way it works. So yeah, it seems it's a waste of time to respawn unless you're fully out of tire grip. Or if for some reason the vehicle health ends up as an issue when you're playing this with other players. Me personally, I'm just running through the tracks myself, because that's kind of what I like to do. And of course races are some of the most like solo friendly things there are. really wish I won this for the podium vehicle. And then, see, if I won this shit in the podium, I would have had quite the advantage for sure. Then I would have probably actually played these aside for this one time going for. Oh shit! Whoa! Something broke. Something seemed to broke on. Seems like something broke on his vehicle. Not sure if it impacts anything though. I'm not really sure what piece it was. Oh well. Maybe that's what the vehicle off does. It slowly but surely makes the vehicle parts come off. Seems that would make sense. Or yeah, like I mentioned earlier, maybe it's a way the vehicle will explode as well, and also parts will like, come off over time. The like lower it gets. Alright, let's hit the 2-hour mark on the stream. Hopefully still showing gameplay. And it should be, I would think, if the one viewer was in there, as long as they were. Alright, it is good. So now I got enough of a look at the races, I want to start going down to 5 laps. So yeah, I'm gonna go down from 5 from here, since I already got a taste of all the different, like, wheel types. I think I want to do soft on this one, just to see, like, how low it goes in 5 laps. I actually took, like, 8 laps anyways, so never mind, actually, I'll go hard. I want this one and that one. I go Jakey's Lager or whatever, because I don't feel I would care about the liveries from here. Yeah, let's see the rest of them. I kind of don't care for it too. Yeah, I'm very curious how his boost works, because I actually paid attention to the minimap this time around, and it didn't show off the yellow part until I got to lap 2, which is when the boost activates. But yeah, apparently it seems the way it works is the first lap's like pretty clean lap, but then after that you're allowed to use boosts. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of assuming it's just a thing with the custom versions, and they just can't use their boost till the second lap. That's kind of the thing I'm getting out of it. I don't know, why would that special ability bar pop up if you don't have a custom version? Because I feel like that would be a thing that wouldn't happen on a regular version if it didn't have the option. Also, the bridge section is a kind of cool concept, honestly, I feel. Definitely adds a slight bit of interesting, like, situations to the races, I feel. Because I believe I saw it as doing a part of, like, one of the bridges where there's, like, a sign, and if you, like, are too far to the right, you're gonna hit it, of course. I want to try it. Because that's a pretty interesting, like, concept, of course. Oh damn, no we are not actually. We can go underneath that. At least with the PR4 you can. I'm not sure about the R88 though. If that one's like higher up or anything. If only the stunt track was the slightest bit higher maybe. Smallest tidbit higher, that is. Also, I like how this one's in the regular races section, even though it has some, like, track stuff. It's probably in the regular race section though, because obviously there's like no tricks or anything. No like stunts. They should do some stunt races with these, I feel. Not sure if that makes much sense though. Because personally I don't watch Formula 1 racing or whatever the fuck. Which surely that wouldn't have stunt track things, I would assume. Could kind of be Rockstar's like own original concept kind of thing, with all their stunt tracks in the game and stuff though. Would it be pretty fun if they do some with like stunts and whatnot? Oh well, who's to say they don't have any more for Drip Feed or anything? Then again, there's no more Formula 1 cars in this update. They actually released both of them on the website on the same day. So in a sense, they released 2 new vehicles today. At the same time, you were able to get the PR4 on the podium vehicle as an early access kind of vehicle last week. It's kind of like one of those 2-in-1 kind of things. And also, I didn't mention it, there's only one more vehicle to be released still on the Legendary website. And in the full like game, you'll see. So yeah, there's only one more Drip Feed vehicle left. Also, why don't they just put the one that you do beforehand in the replay section, not on the actual list? Makes no sense. It works that way for pretty much anything else, I think. Because if they put the one you already did in replay, it could fit all of them on the screen at once. Considering there's 7 of them. The one you just did is replay, and then the other 6 on the image. Just a little thing that I thought I would mention. Gee, I keep going down. It's kind of a trend with me, because I've done a lot of contact missions for the channel through the contact mission content series. It's probably why I typically go down like that. Because I'm just so used to doing it like that. More haste, more speed. Alright, good. It's still showing gameplay. Since that stream decided to shut itself like an hour and a half ago or something. Yeah, I'm just going to use hard for the rest of these, because personally I don't know what wheel would be the best. Like, what kind of wheels would be the best, I'm not sure, like, at all. Wait, is it just me, or is that in Forza and Kudo? I did not notice that before. Oh shit, it does sound like it's in Forza and Kudo according to the description. I did not even notice that until, like, saw the, like, image. Douche Racing. I think I forgot to do the bot bulletproof last time, but I'll do it, why not? Because that seems like a thing you would do in these kind of races. Yeah, just because this one takes place in Forza and Kudo, I think that's only one of my favorites, just like the airport one. I feel like the length of the airport one was kind of the shortest though, I think. So one thing I don't like about the airport is the length of it. good. Would be cool if they actually made you go inside of that. I think one of the Target Assault races actually make you go inside of like that hangar or whatever, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this one only took a minute for the first collapse. Actually, I think this one in the airport are probably pretty comparable, like length or whatever. Whereas I feel like the other ones were always like half a minute, like longer or whatever, or almost even like double the length. At least I personally feel that's the case. I don't know if it's just because I think it feels so short for like the airport and for Tokyo, or if those two are actually shorter than the other ones so far. Might be the latter, sure. Oh, come on. I was wondering how much wheelay this thing had. I don't know why I thought I had that much wheelay, but okay. Oh, come on. Once again, I've had that much wheelay for some reason. Oh well. If this one's so short, I'll get more payment anyways. Because so far, every single one, I've got 16,800, whatever the maximum amount is. And one was even one that wasn't, fuck. And one was one that wasn't even fucking 10 laps, with 5 laps. And I still got full payment. God damn it. Guess I would just go for all the damn checkpoints then, rather than trying to go on the sides of them. Hoping that, like, the leniency will be nice to me or whatever. Oh, well, at least there's more people, otherwise I would be screwed by doing that. I was gonna say, it's probably one of the coolest things ever that they gave the opportunity to get one of these, like, one vehicles for free. Like, yeah. Anyways, what I was gonna say is it was a very cool opportunity they gave to get one of these vehicles for free. Even though anyone knows of the, like, thing, of course, is just gonna glitch it and guarantee themselves the vehicle. Which is kind of a bad thing to do, because honestly a lot of people are probably gonna have a custom version now, because they put one in the podium vehicle. Yeah, I like it, but of course it's gonna be, of course it was probably abused to gain the vehicle. Personally, I don't want to do that kind of thing. I just get it, of course. And that's what happens. You win some, you lose some. I'm not one that's going to guarantee myself all of them. But yeah, that's the first one I didn't get 16k on. Yeah, honestly, I don't know if it was more of a good thing or a mistake that he did the coding vehicle as one of the like Formula 1 vehicles. And it was even a more expensive one rather than the least expensive one, which was even more generous, I would say. But yeah, because so many people know that goddamn glitch, of course, and I think it's been in since the previous DLC, since I don't even think it can be patched because of how slow the game saves to the cloud or whatever. I don't even know if it's going to be more of a good thing or more of a bad thing, honestly. There's probably going to be a lot of people who don't even fucking deserve one because they didn't legitimately get one. Or want to have one anyways. Because I'm pretty sure you can't really get banned for that either. Because it's a faulty game and not, like, a person. Because secondly, you can legitimately spin it, and if you just leave the game, like, right after you spin, it's not going to save. Hello. What up? Smiley face, like, why thank you, I guess. Bunch of thumbs up. Alright, that's cool and all, but please don't spam it. Boy. Do you not know what spam is? Alright, sorry if I'm gonna maybe have to... Yeah, that's not cool, man. Might undo what I just did, though. Also, the irony is this person did a lot of thumbs up, and there's not even a thumbs up on the stream or whatever. So, honestly, it was probably just straight up spam. Yeah, I can't fucking imagine how many people are gonna have a fucking custom version just because they put the PR4 on the fucking podium. Because of course everyone probably did that fucking glitch. Not me though, I like to do it legitimately. Or actually give a legitimate thumbs up. Not just some spam bullshit. And yeah, like I mentioned, the person did all those thumbs up, but there wasn't even a fucking thumbs up on the video. Like, how you wanna spam all those thumbs up, not actually thumbs up, man. Like, things just common fucking sense, not the fucking spam shit. Like, most people only get annoyed at that shit, man. I would think, at least. Alright, so the last race here, urban renewal. And yeah, I'm just playing these on stream just to, like, show them off pretty much. And going into any, like, expert opinions, not like my favorite maps or anything. Because honestly, it's quite personal preference, so that would be kind of pointless. Okay, I'm gonna forget which one I did last time. I think I actually did do this one last time. So Team Project N and Dinka will not. Might as well end with the vehicle manufacturer on the screen as one of the two vehicle manufacturers on there. Also, I didn't mention it, but a couple like races ago, I noticed that there's like a really small windshield with the like F1 cars, or at least the PR4, not sure on the R88. It reminds me of the Mamba, and it's like one variant with like barely any glass. I think that's actually a customization on the Mamba actually that you can do. Don't think it's just some rare variant, or at least I'm not too sure on that. Oh shit. Alright, this one actually has all these different walls in that one section. It's definitely pretty interesting. Because unless there's like really sharp turns or something like that, you really can kind of go as fast as you want most of the time. So that's kind of a nice change. Kind of a nice change of pace. In a sense. World record holder, yeah, fucking right. Dude, gee, do you get a ton of fucking XP for being a world record, or what? I have a ton, apparently, considering I just ranked up, apparently, it's 100 right as I got that, or whatever. Mm. Yeah, I'm finding 700s. It's definitely nice. Not that rank really mattered anyways, past rank 120. Well, actually in some small ways it matters past rank 120, but once you get the minigun, last like major unlock, it's basically been unlocked. I believe at rank 135 you unlock your like final armor slot of 10 or whatever. I mean, you can own like 10 of each armor or whatever. Or usually you can only buy like 10 armors in general, I think. Because normally you can buy 10 super heavies, but you can't get anything else. But when Rockstar gives them as gifts, you can get all of them times 10. That way you get that 10 slot at 135. And then aside for that, it just colors your like globe for your GT Online character, I think. I think like 500 or 750 or something, like globe turns like silver or something. And at 1,000 or something you get like gold globe or some shit. Which is obviously just a nice cosmetic change. But yeah, just prove myself wrong. I indeed do know of things that happen past rank 120. And also, no, I don't think your health completely increases in every rank. I think that's kind of just been a visual glitch kind of thing. For like the longest time now. If not since the first day of the game. It's a shame though, I wish rank had a lot more purpose in the game. Past 120, because that's a pretty low requirement, in my opinion. Oh, there used to be vehicles that you had to be a certain rank to even obtain, but that's not even the case anymore. Hasn't been for a while, I don't think. I think they actually removed those rank requirements a while ago. And like one DLC vehicle actually had no rank requirement, it was a Dubsta 6x6. Other vehicles were like the Rhino and the Buzzard and whatnot, I think, or at least the Annihilator for sure. Which, why would the Annihilator have even been a rank unlocked to begin with, though? When they dumbed it down since the episodes from GTA 4 or whatever, where it had explosive cannons, but they went back to regular, like in the original GTA 4. They should do a custom version of the Annihilator for sure with explosive cannons. I think that would be pretty cool. Should revisit some older aircraft and do some customizations with the Smuggler's Run hangar. That's something I haven't done yet, I'm pretty sure. Because the Insurgent, because vehicles like the Insurgent Pickup Custom are some of my favorite ones actually. Where they gain a custom version. Like, yeah, they're kind of overpriced. Well, actually with the Insurgent Pickup, it's only a couple 100,000 upgrade. But like Benny's vehicles, when you do customs of those, they're really overpriced, I feel. Yeah, it's probably because a lot of the vehicles are cheap at default, and then to upgrade them, of course, they want a good bit of money. Kind of understandably so. But yes. Yeah, this is the very last lap of the last, like, open wheel race. So once I get that done, I'm gonna be done with the stream. surprisingly, gameplay, I don't think for a second has stopped showing you, that internet connection quality bullshit happened on the stream for no apparent reason. It's just been happening a lot within the last week or two for I don't even fucking know why. Because yeah, I don't even notice any like internet troubles aside for streaming this fucking game or on this game console. So even within the last week or two, it's kind of came back as often as it did. I was so bad a few times I didn't like do the streams I did. I did do like my Series 8 finale free on the question mark like a few fucking times just for it to do it well. So yeah, I guess I won't have to start checking my network connectivity or whatever on my PS4. I was doing it for the past few days if I improved, but nope. Guess I want to go back to doing that. I don't even know if that'll fix it either. Have it as close to my fucking door as possible. Which is pretty annoying that it still didn't fix the issue. That just all of a sudden came back out of nowhere. But yeah, why isn't that as part of replay and then they list the one that's not listed in there? So you can select from all 7 every time you get done with one instead of 6 out of 7. It's kind of an annoying, like, tidbit thing, in my opinion. So yeah, I think I made a 3.4 mil. And by the way, I got a second legendary discount, besides for that one on stream on Tuesday. I mean, not Tuesday, but Thursday last event week stream. So I got 2 legendary discounts in, like, the last week, which is pretty gay.
Sounds good.
And of course I got 2,500 RP today. Seriously, I want some mystery, even if it's a fucking soda. Stop Project Heterosexuality got a fucking soda with just 1 equal you got like mystery. When he could've got like $100,000 or even like special cargo item or even a fucking new vehicle or something.
What the hell? No way.
But yeah, that was something pretty funny. I saw Project Heterosexuality got fucking soda. Freaking E. Cola. Just fucking one in his wallet and fill up his whole inventory of soda. You only gave him fucking 1 soda for mystery. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Having those kind of shitty, like, rewards and mystery. That's just hilarious, honestly. But yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna be it for the stream. Hopefully I'll come out with my Invade and Persuade tank review this week. Might as well get working on it again since it is on discount. But yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna be it for this stream. For sure. Hopefully this time, yes. Hopefully you enjoy.